I'm a black man from Chicago, Illinois, that left America immediately after finishing college. And that's going on 10 years now. And the question I get asked repeatedly is, when are you going back? When are you coming back? When are you going back? When are you coming back? These are individuals, acquaintances, former colleagues, family members, and that's always the main question. Get a flight halfway around the world. What can I do when I get there? I don't know, but just get it. Just get it. Just come over here. Come move down here to Australia. All right, well, what can I do when I get there? I don't know, just come. Well, what are you doing? I'm not really doing anything, but just come. You can do nothing with me. Well, won't I need food? Yeah, but maybe no, because I don't really have food. Well, you don't have food, but you want me to come? Yeah, just come. Why? So you can struggle. Why should I struggle? Yeah, you just got to struggle. What are you doing there? Well, I'm not struggling here. Ah, well, come over here and struggle. In order to answer that question, I want to take you through the recruitment process for an executive when he's sought out. When a person of importance who knows how much he's worth is called upon, initially he's going to receive his first means of communication. This may be an email, it might be a letter, a call. During that first means of communication, the seeking party will state their intention. They're going to say, "Sir, we would like you to work with us, for us, or to lead us." Now, because this is an important individual whose time is valuable, he's used to people in groups begging for his time. But since this is a recruitment process, in that initial call, letter, or means of communication, they're going to state that we would like you to work with us, and we're aware that you're only free on Sundays, or you have this schedule, so we're going to send out a luxurious limo to pick you up that Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock when you're free. Here's your first class ticket to Baltimore. We've arranged the executive suite for you with a view of XYZ, and we would like to pay you XYZ as an independent contractor or consultant for your time. And they know your price also, because you're that important person. If they didn't know your price, then they shouldn't be contacting you. Now, this is how you gain intent. This is how you show sincere intent to recruit. This is the recruitment process. Brothers and sisters, when you're doing business thoroughly, this is what should happen. That's why 18-year-old LeBron James showed up to school in a Hummer. Does anyone remember that 18-year-old kid, LeBron James? He showed up to school in a Hummer. They had to let him know that their intent was serious. They had to let him know that their intent was more profitable, more sincere than the other people that offered him a Hyundai accent. Now, you hear me sighing already because of talking with institutionalized individuals that make it out of Chicago some sort of way. I don't really know how. But brothers and sisters, I literally had an old acquaintance. Not just one. I'll tell you the first story. Not just one, but an old acquaintance in Chicago had them ask me, "Birdy, when are you coming back to Chicago to live?" I said, "I'm not sure." My next question, because I always have to gauge the waters, once I have a chance to speak with someone in Chicago, I always have to gauge the waters. My next question was, once this person threw that out there, my next question immediately was, in your opinion, how are things going for blacks in Chicago? She said, "Yeah, things got worse, and me and my husband, we're struggling. We can't really get things together. We don't even really have money to travel, and can't do this, can't take the kids out, can't take them to travel, can't do this." But she took a moment to take up for Obama, like always. You know, poor black people, they love Obama. They were broke, getting brutalized under Bush Sr., broke and brutalized under Clinton, broke and getting brutalized under Bush Jr., broke, getting brutalized under Obama, but they had to take a moment to say that, so whatever, you know, that's what she likes. So she took a moment to say that. And right immediately before that, mind you, she was telling me that things had gotten worse and not good for her, and things were so tight and they don't know how they can survive like this. Then she transitioned to like, "Oh yeah, but Obama, he's helped us so much, and things are much better." And then right after, seriously, immediately after, She proceeded. She went right back to telling me how things had gotten worse. And she said she just couldn't believe how much worse things had gotten. And the question was, when are you coming back to Chicago, Birdy? And every time I'm asked this question, I have a hard time understanding what motivates someone to ask this. What keeps motivating all these individuals to say, Birdy, we want you here with us. First, there's no intent. There are no flight tickets provided, but we want you here. No hotels are booked on behalf of me, but we want you here. No finances are provided or talked about being provided, but we want you here. No one is even saying, I can help you find a job, right? They're always like, well, I'm still trying to get out of this dead-end job. Things are not really working out, but when you coming back, can't even assist me with a job, but we want you so you can come struggle and have a harder life, not easier, harder than you have now. But they always tell me, they say, for us, things aren't easy. We're still living check to check, check to mouth, check to credit card, minimum payments to mouth, but you need to come back. You're missing out on something. They always say, I'm missing out. You need to come be a part of this. We're living good here. Actually, they never say that, but they seem to imply it. When you're asking, when are you coming back to live here with me? You're implying that there's something good there. There's something I'm missing. When are you coming back? Why you ain't here? Brothers and sisters, another individual, as we were talking about business, and I implored him to establish his business where we are, since blacks don't have an economy anywhere we go. Told him, you're here. Why don't you just do it here? Start your business here. He said, I quote, you're wrong, Birdy. I'm going to leave within the next year or so. Been here a couple years already, but I'm going to leave here and just head back to Chicago. That's where he said we meaning blacks, can make money, not here. And my question to him was, I said, well, why are you here? If you could make such great money in Chicago, then, and Chicago's the Mecca, the money Mecca, why are you here? Why did you give it all up? And too many blacks, we try to imagine our way out of problems. We just start fantasizing. Started trying to con me. Said, we got to head back to Chicago. He told me that's where the money is at for us as blacks. It's in Chicago. But he couldn't explain if the $250,000 job, if that $250,000 job was waiting for you before, because this brother had a lot more years than me. If it was waiting for you before in Chicago, why did you leave? What made you give up that $250,000 job to make 10% of that? Because apparently I'm wrong. Apparently Chicago is where things are just popping off for blacks. That's where we're building up an economy. That's where we've always, not building it now, sorry. That's where we've always had an economy. Got to go back to that. He was saying he had to go back to it. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know anyone who's given up their job to go make 10%. Apparently, I'm being delusional again. Apparently, I'm the only one who can't see that the west side of Chicago is just locked. I'm the only one that can't see that all the blacks living on the west side of Chicago, they've got like 6 square miles just locked. And they said, this is ours. We own all the businesses, all the houses. You don't move unless you do business with us. We own all this. The schools are under our control. We own all of it. Apparently, I'm the delusional one. I don't see that. Because blacks have locked down the west side of Chicago. Black dollars are just bouncing around 18, 20 times like Jews. I just seriously don't understand this. Not one, not two, not three. There's just a long list. There's just a long list of individuals who keep saying, go back. go back and struggle. And some of them will say, I know I'm about to go back to struggle. But why? Why not use your leverage? Why not use leverage? If you're in a place where it's easier to get something established, why not use that as leverage so you don't have to go back and struggle? Why not use the resources and the access to resources that you have now to build up a platform on which you can go back and not struggle? Why choose to be in a perpetual struggle? And it's because many of us were broken. Many of us have been institutionalized. We don't actually believe that we deserve better. We deserve that struggle. We feel guilty not being in the struggle every day, every week. You call back home and your family's telling you, come back. When you gonna come back? Come back. Come join the struggle. Come back. We gotta struggle. Come back. You don't need to be saving money. You don't need to be doing better. You don't need to be trying anything new. Just come back. You can come live off us till we put you out. Brothers and sisters, no other groups of people operate like that. No one says, get a flight halfway around the world. What can I do when I get there? I don't know, but just get it. Just get it. Just come over here. Come move down here to Australia. All right, well, what can I do when I get there? I don't know, just come. Well, what are you doing? I'm not really doing anything, but just come. You can do nothing with me. Well, won't I need food? Yeah, but maybe no, because I don't really have food. Well, you don't have food, but you want me to come? Yeah, just come. Why? So you can struggle. Why should I struggle? Yeah, you just got to struggle. What are you doing there? Well, I'm not struggling here. Well, come over here and struggle. This is what they say repeatedly. And too many of these individuals, they try to fantasize their way out. I had another brother tell me that I was wrong. He was getting it good. This is what he said. He was making up to, $80, $90, $100 in New York when he was there. And again, I asked this individual, why did you give that up to come here? Well, I mean, I was making up to 100, up to 80. Really, it sounds like you might have been making like $15 an hour, and one day you got lucky, hustling, made $80 in an hour, and telling me that years later. But these individuals, they'll believe it. They'll latch onto it, and they'll say, yeah. If I ever get questioned, I'm gonna say like I was making like $80 an hour. What do you mean by that? Because right now you're making like 20% of that at most. Yeah, well, just don't ask me for too many details. Well, no, you mentioned this number, this math. Let's go over the math here. $80 an hour. Now, why did you give that up? You're not doing bad. You know, you're not rich, of course. You're not really doing anything in New York, but you know, you're getting by. Why did you give that up? Well, when I said $80, I didn't really mean 80. How much did you mean? More like 40-ish. And what is this 40-ish? Yeah, you know, 40-ish is kind of like in the 30s. And when you say in the 30s, what do you mean? Like 29 almost? Almost 29. So what were you getting? Not really 29, but it was getting up there. Getting up there like where? Like 20. Okay, so you stretch that quite a bit. But I got to get back there because that's where I was really making money. That's why I was making money. That's where we can make money. But why did you leave then? If there were so many opportunities and it was so promising, why did you give it up? Why are you encouraging me to go back to that? When you yourself said you don't know what you can do when you get back. You don't have any prospects lined up. You don't have anyone in your family, friends offering you a job when you're just going back to live and you're about to fall right back into the struggle. Where's this going? And now you reached out to me saying, when you going back? When am I going back? I'll go back when I have a platform put together. Because if I'm waiting on you guys to put something together, I might not ever be going back. But when you don't just come back, you don't need a platform. I don't need a platform. No, the Lord will provide. And now you see how easy it is to let your children leave because you don't actually have anything to offer them. Let's be clear about that also, because not just me. It's not just me. I speak with countless individuals here. Over the years, I've spoken with so many blacks in numerous countries, and I'm going to say, in more than 90% of the instances, their families don't understand why they chose to leave. I'll clarify this right now and can clear it up. The reason your children are over in Japan and China and Korea, down in Colombia, the reason they're over in France and all these places working, living their lives, is because there was no place prepared in your company for them to work. That's why. It's as simple as that. There was no place prepared. There wasn't a plate set out at the table, so they went looking for a table with food. It's as simple as that. It's like trying to figure out, well, why is my kid always over at the neighbor's house eating dinner? Well, because he comes home and he sees that you've only cooked one meal, but the neighbors made 3 and they only have 2 people there. Yeah, but shouldn't he just come home and watch me eat? No, he shouldn't. Yeah, but maybe the Lord's going to provide his meal if I just pray for it. He might, but up to date, he has not. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and pray for it. You do that. Now, do be aware that while you're praying, he's over at your neighbor's house eating. Yeah, I know that, but I'm just going to pray and trust in the Lord, and he'll take care of it. All right. So the question, Birdy Tolar, when are you coming back to Chicago? My answer to you brothers and sisters that don't get it is to pray. Anyone who doesn't get it, pray.